guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit of tough love, okay? But it needs to be said, and I am here to tell you to stop sabotaging the version of yourself that you want to be and the life that you want to experience. Stop sabotaging it because you're sabotaging it, possibly. Let me explain why, and of course I'm going to share personal experiences as always. Whatever you choose to embody and whatever thought processes you choose to sit in, you are choosing that life for yourself. You're choosing that experience for yourself. And I feel like many times we only think that we are able to experience certain types of versions of our life because we immediately roll out other versions that we just think aren't possible for us. Have you ever looked at someone and you've been like, damn, I wish I could be as confident and successful as this person or whatever, or look like that or have that or whatever, someone else, and just think, well, yeah, but that's not possible for me. Who says? You say that, so therefore you're making that true. Do you know how many different versions of you there are and could be? You just have to choose the one that you want to be. And it's very likely that you are possibly sabotaging yourself right now from living your best life, and all it comes down to is what energy are you embodying every day? And this isn't even just a feeling inside. This is like everything. What choices are you making? How do you walk? How do you talk? How do you dress? What is your lifestyle? What do you do for fun? Who are you being every single day? You might even be putting limits on who that could even possibly be. Let me put it this way. I'll try to simplify it. Let's say that there are like 3 versions of you that you've embodied throughout your whole life. Let's say one version is a gamer who loves cartoons and anime. I'm just giving random examples, like gamer version of you, okay? Fun, cutesy gamer version of you. Maybe you cosplay sometimes, whatever. I'm just giving examples. There's a version of you that's a nurturer and a healer and very zen, very down to earth, very like all you do is like connect with nature and heal others. And maybe you do yoga. Maybe you're really into like holistic health. Okay. Then there's a version of you that's very buttoned up, and you're like a very strong business person or whatever, or you follow all the rules. Maybe you're a little bit held back. Maybe you're a little conservative. Maybe you're just trying to make all the perfect decisions in life and you don't rock the boat. Let's say that you've gone back and forth between slight variations of all those versions so far in your life up to this point. Are there any other versions of you that you felt in your heart and your soul that you deep down would love to experience, or you wish you could experience it, but you put a big no sign over it because you thought, well, that's not possible for me. Okay, that can never happen for me, so no, I'm only allowed to switch between these 3 different, versions of myself because this is what feels like the most realistic probability of who I can embody based on past experiences. You're already limiting yourself. Now, let me give an example, guys, because I've been many different versions of myself, many, and I really feel like it's because I found areas where I felt comfortable, and that felt really good for me. For a while, I was really into like cartoon culture, and I still love cartoons. I always will. And I was studying voice acting, and I made a lot of cartoon commentary content, which is a part of my life that will always mean a lot to me. But I was very much like this like kawaii cartoon lover, like kawaii fashion. I was like, oh, I'm a cutesy kind of girly person, whatever, and I'm into like the geek stuff. Okay, and that is still a part of me to this day, but like I really embodied that. And then after my spiritual awakening, my first one, I really felt more drawn to like the earth, and like I became really into like the hippie movement, and like the hippie part of me was really like shining through. And that's something that I've embodied before in the past, especially in college, because in college I went through a bit of a hippie phase, and I was wearing flower crowns all the time. I was in a musical that was about hippies, and I started learning about like that period of time, and I was like really invested in that, and I was like, oh yeah, I could be like the cool like indie hippie girl, and I could also be the kawaii fun cartoony girl. And I felt very like tied to those 2 identities and very trapped there. But there's a part of me that always wanted to experience other versions of myself. And I would look at certain people on social media and stuff, like for instance, like certain influencers. I would see people like traveling the world, making content, getting millions of views, like, And I would look at different people just embodying this super confident energy as if they almost just had everything happening for them, like this huge confidence and bold belief in themselves, just like walking confidently, maybe like a bit of like a boldness and a sexiness there, and like all of this like beautiful, really bold, vibrant energy that I would see through people on social media and stuff like that, and even people I would meet in my life, and I would immediately be like, well, they must have connections and that's why, or they must be super rich or something and that's why, or they must just like, you know, things just must always go well for them for whatever reason because of how well connected they are. I can never embody that energy. That was immediately me telling myself that I can never be like that. And guys, the very thing that saved me when I was really, really suffering was embodying more of a confident energy. And it really starts with how you carry yourself and just immediately being like, yeah, I can have that. I can feel like that person. I can experience that, absolutely. What is making you different than anyone else? And I want to explain to you guys how I did that. So basically, when I was in this very floaty hippie era period, and again, I'm not saying you have to like hate all the identities you've experienced and like abandon them forever. Like, I still love cartoons, okay? I still love kawaii things, and I still, you know, have a very earthy, hippie part of myself as well, okay? I love getting in touch with my hippie side. Okay, but the part of me that my soul really wanted me to find was the bold, confident, empowered me, the glamorous me, the boss babe me, the me that was like, yeah, I can walk into a room and feel super confident and super attractive, and I can wear like more classy, chic, bold, edgy fashion, and I can just be like, yeah, I know I'm amazing. Like, I needed to embody that, and I always felt like, well, that's not me. I'm not a woman that does that. I'm not one of those girls that struts around. That's not me. I'm this fun little cutesy, like free spirit. That's me. I'm just sweet and gentle. I can never be like bold and strong and confident and like real and like owning it. Okay? I was like, I can never embody that. But deep down, I wanted that. And the reason I knew I wanted that was because I had a moment after my first spiritual awakening when I was in this full-blown like floaty hippie period, but I was very sad. I was just having my awakening. Like, it was a really interesting time in my life, and I was starting a new job. I quit my teaching job. I was starting a new job that was more corporate, and I finally got to wear, like, I was like, wow, I'm starting a new era. I could finally wear nice clothes, like not like just a t-shirt and leggings and my socks covered in Play-Doh, because I was like a toddler teacher at this time. I was like, I could finally buy like nice, pretty clothes. And I remember I was in the dressing room and I was trying on this dress. It was like a silk green dress. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I had this crazy vision of me as this super confident, like chic, metropolitan, like creative baddie, sort of like either like running my own business or just like owning who I am. And I felt very glamorous, and I was like, why do I feel like this is a version of me that I'm supposed to be? But for some reason I felt cut off from it. It was really weird, guys. It was like all of a sudden I realized that there are other choices, other possibilities, and they don't have to do with anything. You don't need anything first to embody that energy. So this is what I want to tell you to do. If there is a version of your life or a type of energy that you want to embody, and you feel like for some reason you're like, well, I could never be that person, all it takes is a choice and one first step. Buy a shirt that this version of you might wear, okay? Maybe start working on your posture. Pay attention to how you walk. Pay attention to how you speak to people. Are you apologizing every 2 seconds, or do you speak confidently and directly? Work on your routine. Do you take care of your body? Do you pamper yourself? Do you treat yourself? Or do you just kind of like roll out of bed every day and throw on the first shirt you see and put like no effort into anything because you don't care that much about like how you come across? Really pay attention. What are you eating? What is your routine? When do you go to sleep? How much time do you put aside for yourself, for your creative projects, for the things that matter to you? Or are you giving all of your energy to everything and everyone outside of yourself? What would this version of you do? What choices would they make in terms of everything? Not just like, you know, what you see in your head. It starts with one simple, small choice. And the more that you make these choices, guys, the easier and breezier and more free it's gonna feel. Guys, when I first decided to try to understand what this version of myself was that I wanted to access, it felt so weird every day, just like rolling out of bed and being like, I love my life. I'm a successful content creator. I love being me. I'm gonna dress up and I'm gonna strut everywhere I go. I'm gonna get totally made up 1000% every day of my life because I love myself and I love living my life and I love looking good and I'm gorgeous and all these things. Do you know how weird it was for me going into that, from being like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna float around and hopefully the universe will like bring me where I need to be. I trust the universe. I'm just gonna follow all the angel numbers. Like, nothing wrong with that, but like, I love that stuff, but I really had to step into this new energy, this new way of thinking, instead of just kind of floating around and looking for everything outside of myself to give me everything. I needed to make the choice. So guys, who is the person you want to be? What does their life look like? You could start embodying that right now. You may be self-sabotaging yourself by telling yourself in your mind, well, why would I even imagine that for myself? That could never happen for me. I'm not rich, I'm not connected, I'm not this, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not whatever. You can be whatever you freaking want to be, okay? If you feel insecure about your looks, pay attention to your nutrition, like really put effort into it, take baby steps, even if it's like working out for 10 minutes a day. Like, I understand everyone has different bodies and different chemical makeups and different things they struggle with. That's fine, I get it. If you have something holding you back, that's okay. But you can make the little steps and the little choices, and if you want it badly enough, you can become that person. You can. The only thing getting in your way is believing that you can't and believing that there is not a life experience that you can experience as that person that you've always dreamed of being, because you're already putting limits on it by saying that you need to have something first, because you don't. You need to have just a desire to be that person and put in effort. That's it. And it's gonna feel weird at first, especially when your life doesn't look like that. Okay, when I first started doing this, my life didn't look like that. Like, I lived in a really tiny room. It was old and dusty, and it was decorated like a fairy cottage. And it was really cute, it was beautiful, but I felt suffocated in there. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was tired of like where I was living at that time. I was really sick of not having a level up, but I told myself every day, I love my life. I have everything I need. I'm so loved. I started dressing like that, walking like that. I started listening to different music. I started carrying my posture differently. And I slowly, that started to feel normal for me. It did. It did. I was like, oh, I want to get dressed up every day. I want to hold my head up high every day. I want to put effort into how I look. I want to view every interaction as something positive and exciting. I want to like give people compliments and connect with people and be this bright light, instead of being like, if I compliment them, will they think it's weird? No, I don't want to feel like that anymore. I want to be like, I love your shirt, killing it, you look great. I want to be like that. Guys, I have truly never felt better since I boldly made the choice to step into that new energy and to stay strict with it. It's changed my life around in terms of my self-love, my self-confidence, and my overall belief in myself. And honestly, just understanding that I am in control of my life and happiness. So I hope this helps anyone who needed that reminder. You could be anyone you want to be. Stop getting in your own way. And guys, I will definitely be back with the 3-video-a-week format next week. I took a break and did only 2 this week because I was visiting family over the weekend, so I didn't have a lot of time. But yes, I will be back, and my videos will always be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays consistently, and I'll be posting it around 10 a.m. So if you love it, if this resonates with you, please keep popping in. Please give me a follow, comment below, let me know what you want me to talk about next. Support matters, guys. Comments matter. I want your feedback, please. It'll help my channel so much. It means the world to me, for real. Let me know what you think about what I talk about. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. It matters and means so much. If you guys could just do that for me, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. If this video helps you at all, that's all you could do back for me. It would mean the world. And if you want to follow me on any of my socials, I have all the links down below. I have Instagram, TikTok, my art Instagram. And yeah, not Megan, I love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.